Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about the most iconic and my favorite hip-hop cover arts. And I think cover arts are super important to music because I always judge the album by its cover, if that kind of makes sense. So for example, you have those really cool album cover arts like ATLiens and Liquid Swords, where you just have to like drop everything that's in your hands and just listen to it straight away. And then you have the ones like Frank Ocean's Channel Orange, where it's just empty. I still haven't listened to that because it just hasn't caught my attention. I have listened to Blonde because Blonde is a cool album cover. Yeah, I always seem to judge the albums by the covers, which isn't a good thing, so I need to stop that. But yeah, today we're going to be going through my top 10 favorite album cover arts and why they are my favorite. So yeah, let's get into it. So before we get into the 10, we're gonna go through a couple honorable mentions. I have We Can't Be Stopped by the Ghetto Boys. Obviously in the album cover art we have Bushwick Bill in hospital after he was shot in the eye by his wife during an argument, and he's in a hospital bed. We have Willie D and Scarface to the side of him. I think this is just a really cold and really cool album cover, and yeah, that's always been a favorite of mine. Also, Black on Both Sides is another iconic one. It's just Mos Def's face, and it is so simple but just so effective, and it's just impossible to ignore. And as soon as I saw that album cover, I was like, I'm listening to this because it's got such like a big impact. Oh gosh, that is... Also, Easy Does It. Whenever I have the records for these albums, I'll be putting them here. But yeah, Easy Does It. I believe this is like one of the first ever NWA photos. Here we have Easy Does It in the middle, MC Ren to the side of him. We got Ice Cube in the back, Dr. Dre and DJ Yella. I'm not sure who the others are. Maybe the DOC's in there. Maybe Sir Jinx, not so sure. But this has always been a favorite of mine. Also, ODB's Return to the 36 Chambers. It's just literally a food stamp card. I love the way that it kind of shows that he's not afraid to show that he used to be, or maybe he was still poor at the time. I believe this was his wife's food stamp card and he just edited his face into it and changed the writing up. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And also The Chronic is another really iconic album cover, but those are just the honorable mentions. Now let's get into the top 10. At number 10, I have De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising. So the reason that this album cover is at the number 10 spot is because I really like the colourful, sort of like quirky kind of look of the artwork, and it really goes well with the type of, you know, the light and the funky music that they have on the album. If I was to think of, you know, Me, Myself and I, that song really goes well with this album cover, and I just love it so much. And I think their motif is flower power. Obviously each one of the members, they are black and white, and then we have the colourful yellow background. Yeah, I was super happy that I actually found this record because it's also very rare, but this album itself is really cool, and so is the album cover, and that's the reason why it is at my number 10 spot. At number 9, I have Enter the WuTang 36 Chambers. This has always been a favourite of mine, and it's probably one of my favourite albums of all time. But yeah, let's take a closer look. Now, the reason why I love this album cover is because it really shows the sort of the raw style, that like sort of rough sort of style that they have, and the pictures are just like really sort of random. I believe that they sort of have like that style of shots inspired from like kung fu films. We have these like little sort of things here that sort of look a little Asian, little kung fu-y. But yeah, I love this album. I love this album cover, it's so iconic. And yeah, we have the dudes in the back. I'm not sure which members these are. I don't even know if these are the actual members or whether they're just some random dudes that posed to be the members. But yeah, obviously down here we have the WuTang Clan logo. WuTang, definitely one of my favorite rap groups, and this is also one of my favorite albums of all time. At number 8, I have Graduation by Kanye West. Yeah, as you can tell, the colors are different, but this is because it's the presidential edition. Yeah, let's take a closer look. Like I said, the colors are different. I believe that this artwork was done by a Japanese artist called Takeshi Murakami, who I believe also did the artwork for Kids See Ghosts, which is Kanye West and Kid Cudi. As you can see, it is the bear mascot, who I'm guessing is Kanye during his graduation, and as you can see, he's being blasted off to somewhere, and I believe, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing this symbolizes that he's now graduated and now he's shooting off into the free world to do whatever he wants to do, and obviously what he wants to do is rap. But yeah, honestly, this album cover is so iconic. It's definitely Kanye West's best album cover, in my opinion, and it's just so cool. At number 7, Ready to Die by Biggie Smalls. As you can see, it's just so simple. We have a little baby. I'm not sure whose baby that is, whether that's maybe even Christopher Wallace when he was a kid, or whether that's his kid, or whether that's just some random baby, but we just have a little baby sitting in the middle with a white backdrop, and it's just so simple, and doesn't matter who looks at it, whoever looks at it will think that this is a nice, cool album cover. I remember I had this on my wall when my dad walked in and said, oh, that's a cool album cover. He doesn't know who Biggie is, he just looked at it and thought it's cool. That's the effect that this has. It's simple and cool. That's what I love about it. And number 6, Illmatic by Nas. As you can see, it is a 7-year-old Nas, sort of see-through, and we have I believe that this is like a shot somewhere in Queens. But yeah, this has always been a favorite of mine. It's super iconic and it always catches my eye, and it's so iconic that he actually carried this on for 3 more albums. We have the It Was Written, Nas's I Am, and then we also have Nostradamus, or Nastradamus, I believe that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, I'm sure most of you have seen this album cover before, but yeah, like I said, it's just super iconic and I love it so much. At number 5, I have NWA's Straight Out of Compton. This has always been a favorite of mine. It's so cool. Let's take a closer look. The reason why I love this album cover so much is obviously we have the members surrounding the camera in a circle. We have Eazy-E holding a gun. I guess it kind of shows how much like violence that they, you know, experience in Compton. And yeah, here we have Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Ren, DJ Yella, Ice Cube, and I believe that's the Arabian Prince. He's not an actual member, but I'm sure he's there because he obviously helped out with that album. But yeah, this is just such an iconic album cover, and it just really just shows how they are literally straight out of Compton with the gun and stuff like that. But yeah, I really like this album cover. And number 4, I have A Tribe Called Quest's Midnight Marauders, their 3rd studio album. So Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, I would say their 2nd best album. Obviously, in the middle we have an African tribe member doing a certain, I'm guessing like a pose or like a stance, maybe that they used to do. And then around we have all these famous MCs, producers. Obviously I don't know who they all are, but I will name the ones that I do know. Up here we have Chuck D, we have Too Short, we have Kool Moe Dee, we have the Beastie Boys here, we have, I believe, a member from the Jungle Brothers, not sure what his name is. We have De La Soul down here, we have Ice-T, MC Lyte, Busta Rhymes. On the back here we do have Puff Daddy, Sean Combs down here. Within these faces there is also Del, the funky Homo sapien, I believe, and I was actually really surprised because I'm quite a big fan of Deltron 3030, so I'm not sure where he is. It might be him, not so sure, but yeah, obviously this is a really iconic one with all the faces and stuff like that, but I really like this concept of showing loads of other MCs, so yeah, I really like this one. Number 3, unfortunately, I do not have the record. It is Jizza the Genius's Liquid Swords. So yes, we have, I'm guessing, some soldiers or ninjas here. We're having a battle on a chessboard, which is really cool in my opinion, and I believe it's on a chessboard because the Jizza and RZA, I believe they enjoy playing chess, because obviously as it is in the show, we see RZA playing chess a lot in the show, and then obviously I'm guessing Jizza, RZA's cousin, also loves to play chess, so that is why it's on a chessboard. Here, in the middle, we have Jizza actually playing chess, and we have a scene from above of the fight on the chessboard. So yeah, I really like this album. The songs are great and the rapping is just amazing on this album, and the front cover is just so iconic, you know, this cartoon look. I really love cartoon looking albums in my opinion, but yeah, they're great. At the number 2 spot, the runner-up is Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted. So Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted. I really like this record, and as we can see, we have Ice Cube in the middle and an army of men behind him, and I believe this is in downtown LA. Now I really like this because I love the way that it's edited. I believe that this is a cut and paste sort of collage done here. The death certificate is also really cool in my opinion. We have obviously Ice Cube and the corpse of Uncle Sam, which is quite brutal, but this one I do like. It's funny because this was Ice Cube's debut album after he left NWA, and he actually wanted Dr. Dre to produce it, and Dre was up for it, but Easy said Easy wouldn't allow it. But yeah, that's quite crazy. So in the end he got the Bomb Squad, Chuck D, to produce it, and I love this album so much. And at the #1 spot, the winner, ATLiens. What an album cover, man. So the reason why ATLiens is my favorite album cover is because just look at it. This is definitely the coolest album cover of all time, and obviously it's done to look like a comic book. Here we have Outkast, ATLiens, and then we have the two. We have Andre 3000 here and Big Boy, and as you can see they're preparing for battle, I guess, against these crazy big aliens around them. What I love is that they have this sort of blue light that's sort of shone upon them, so that could, I mean, this is what I think, that could either be a spotlight, since they're rappers and when they're on a stage they obviously have a spotlight shining on them, or it could be you know, a UFO beam. You know, when aliens are put on the ground from a UFO, they have like a beam of light, and that's sort of like there's a theory that Mr. Bean's an alien because at the start of the show there's a beam of light and he falls to the ground, so that's why he doesn't know anything. Yeah, that's what I think, because obviously they're aliens. The cartoon comic book look is just so cool, and that's my favorite. So yeah, that's the reason why ATLiens is my favorite album cover. So guys, those were my top 10 favorite hip-hop album covers. Now obviously ATLiens win. I recommend you listen to all of those albums because they are all really good. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. I will be releasing some more videos in the future. If you go press up there, you will find my full record playlist. There I have everything on how I display my records, my record full collection, and also my record player setup as well. So make sure you go watch those videos, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.